So the bar goes into that hook right there, and then just swing, and that's it. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so here's the rear. Whenever you buy the rear one, make sure you don't just get any random 14-inch wiper blade. You need to get one designed for the rear because they install a little differently. So let's open this. Throw this in the snow. How's that? Okay, brand new. So the rear, the thing I want to show you about the rear is this. See, there's this bar that cuts all the way across, and then you've got these other two protrusions. So ideally, the principle of installation is quite simple. So this one here is a 14. Some of them use shorter ones. And how about this? Before I do any wreckage, let me jump over to my Murano over there, and I'll show you how it works. This is a 2018 Murano, and they're essentially the same, just standard Nissan fanfare, and you're supposed to be able to raise this blade all the way, and then when you get there, see this? Just keep turning. When it's like perpendicular to it, just pull it out. Perfect. So this one is plastic, so you don't have to be worried about leaving it there and it's matte. Well, it could do some damage, I suppose, but it's not as bad. So this is it. Same principle, and you can, although this is shorter than the other one, this is a 12, the other one is a 14, so obviously that allows you a little more clearance whenever you want to remove it. But the principle is that once you have this out, it's pretty simple. Just do this, and on the way in, remember that the bar is on the front, the protrusions are in the rear. You'll be able to figure it out once you actually have it going. So let's do this. Installation is the reverse of removal, then swing it. And that's it. Set it back down. So as I said, in principle it is pretty much the same. Well, how about I don't deal with this? No need to play with it. So let's go back to the FX and try to, now that you know what we're supposed to do, hopefully you'll be able to understand in case I skip over something and move a little quicker. So the challenge I said is that in the FX, this thing right here, for one, it's a longer blade, so it doesn't really give you much allowance to swing it out. I feel like I might break something. You might be lucky, maybe the blades you have are a little more flexible, but what I'm going to do here is just come to the back side, pull this cap just by pulling on the bottom side, pull this side as well. One side is usually enough. Set this somewhere. Well, I'll put it up here so I don't lose it, or at least I can see it in case it starts flying off. This looks like a 10mm, and I have two sockets in my pocket. Sockets in the pocket. Socket in the pocket. 12. Yeah. Well, I do have the 10mm here. Instead of stripping it, I'm going to set the camera down just briefly so I can hold this down and then just break it loose. It shouldn't really take that much effort, but don't want to break it while trying to create a tutorial. It's a recipe of a bad day. Oh well, there you go. That's it, already broke it loose. So at this point I can actually put the tool away, remove the 10mm nut, set it somewhere, and then to remove this arm, you don't just pull up. You'll end up breaking something or bothering yourself. But before you remove it, you might want to mark down here just so you know exactly where it's seated, and you could guess. It's okay, it's really whatever, it's nothing too crucial. The angle is a best guess, honestly. So pull this, push down here. See this angle right here? You want to decrease this angle, so push down like this. There you go. And then you can easily pull it up. See how little effort it took? And again, once you have it out, the principle is very simple. Principle of removal is very simple, just like it was in the Murano. Turn this way. Just keep going. It might feel funky. and yeah, it just actually came out. So likewise, you do have the bar right here. You have the bar and the protrusions, and this is what I was trying to show in the other car. The bar goes in here, the protrusions go back here. So let me get the other one and install it. Something I've not been explicitly calling out, but I take it, you know, you at least have an idea of what you're doing, is take measurements before you even replace it, before you even remove it. I guess you could just take the new one out and compare. But as I said, it's pretty foolproof over here. During installation, remember that the bar side goes to the front like this, and this is how you install it. So the bar goes into that hook right there, and then just swing, and that's it. It's not going anywhere. So let's go back and install this. Okay, so right now I'm looking at it, trying to imagine where it was. Okay, it's just a little higher than it was, but what I'm looking at, so what's the worst thing that would happen in case you did not get this perfectly? If you put this way higher than it was, the umbrella, the rainbow is going to end up way lower. But if you put this way lower than it was, it's going to end up way higher. But it's not a big deal. It's really dependent on how particular you want to get about it. But it already isn't the, it's an interesting, this car's got a very interesting rear view. Okay, let's do this. Before I put that cap back on, let's go into the car, start it. So we already know how to operate the front ones. The rear one is operated not by this one here. This is for the speed for the front wipers. It's this one here. So pulling this towards you activates the sprayer for the front. Pushing it away activates the sprayer for the rear. So let's do this push. Let's do this again. Okay, so let's jump back here, and what I'm gonna do is check, see how much it's cleaning. So this is the angle it's taking from here to here. If I were, I guess, more concerned about making it perfect, I'd raise it up just a little bit and then make it wipe a little more. So this should be it, but before we go, before someone asks me about what the torque spec for that nut is supposed to be, I'll tell you. Good luck, just have it tight enough, not too tight. Infiniti doesn't even bother giving you any instructions for that. They say if you need to replace your rear wiper blade, you should go to the dealership. Yeah, I think we're fine, and we've figured out a way to do it. Well, so I think that's the end of the video, and I hope this is going to help you replace all the wiper blades in your 2009 through 2013 Infiniti FX, as well as a 2014 through 2017 Infiniti QX70.